Welcome to the Drastic Results with Toni Harris Taylor show. Today, I'm going to introduce you to the inventor of this love handle, Mr. Mike Watts. He's going to share with you how it came from his head to my cell phone. Second thing he's going to teach you is why perfection kills progress. And the last thing he's going to share with us is how he got a deal with Daymond John of Shark Tank without being on Shark Tank. Are you ready? It's time to get drastic.
Toni Harris Taylor, Toni Harris Taylor, Drastic Results. Oh yeah, Toni Harris Taylor, yeah.
What the heck is she doing? I know what you're thinking. But the gentleman who invented this little strap right here and changed the cell phone game is my guest, Mr. Mike Watts. Let me tell you how I met Mr. Watts. We both were keynote speakers at an event. And if y'all don't know me by now, when I see somebody I want to connect with, I'm going to make it happen. After the event, I reached out to him. He is very cordial. He reached out back. I went to his office, spent some time with him, and now, boom, we are connected. You know, it takes effort to get connected to people, but you don't know how those people can change the game. But beyond that, I bought over 1,500 of these little babies and used them for promo products. They're branded for me, and I've been able to give them to my clients and my prospects. Wasn't that a win-win for both? My question to you is, are you taking the drastic steps to build relationships with people? Are you giving before you receive? Now he is very connected to me, and I am connected to him. I want to see him win, and he wants to see me win. But it all started with someone taking the drastic step to make it happen. When we come back, you're going to meet Mr. Mike Watts, the inventor of the love handle. He's got a compelling story, and you want to stay to the end. He's going to tell you how he backdoored and took drastic steps to get a deal with the shark, Daymond John. We'll be right back.
Drastic Results, yeah, with Toni Harris Taylor.
Creating social media posts for your business can take so much time and energy. And yet with the pandemic, if you're not online posting, people think you're closed. Introducing Amy Social. Amy Social is the world's first AI app for small business that writes, designs, creates, and schedules every post for your entire month's social media calendar in seconds. Download it to your phone for free at getsocial.ai. That's getsocial.ai.
Have you ever thought about the true definition of success? Well, fortunately, there's no wrong answer. We all have our own ideas of what true success actually means. So don't let yourself get caught up in trying to live someone else's success story. I'm Mike Bush with JLA Realty, and I want to take just a moment to let you know what our idea of success actually means. It's helping to create successful, passionate, and driven agents which give us satisfied clients. So if you're ready for us to help you write your own success story, go to joinjla.com and let's get to work.
Drastic Results, yeah, with Toni Harris Taylor.
Welcome back. I told you I had a powerhouse guest, Mr. Mike Watts with LoveHandle.com. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you so much, Toni. I'm honored to be on your show.
Thank you. I'm honored that you took a few minutes out of your very busy schedule to join me. So, Mike, I think you're a serial entrepreneur like most of us. Tell us a little bit about your story.
Yeah, well, I started out like most and in corporate America or a regular job, and just always had this passion to be my own boss. I always hated filling out applications to take a vacation day, and just all that would just worked against me internally. And so my wife and I, back in the year 2000, when our first son was born, decided that we were going to step out after reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which probably a lot of your audience has read before. it helped us to understand how money works and the things that we were doing that were going to put us in position to achieve the goals that we had of her being able to invest in our children while I went out and brought home the bacon. And so we figured out, we started traveling around doing home and garden shows and just selling all sorts of different types of products. I've been through more products than they probably have on QVC today that I've sold. And I learned a lot about what it takes to make a transaction, what people are looking for, how to market, position, package, and then eventually how to license patented products, and how to patent products, and how to build brands and packaging. And so I've had 6 startups. We've totaled over $60 million in total product sales. And I've sold to every major retailer in the country and actually globally, a lot of places too. It's been quite the journey. And then today we run LoveHandle.com. It's we manufacture what we think is the world's greatest smartphone grips and innovations. They're made right here in Texas. We're really proud of that. And we do customization too. And it's just a neat thing. We have a team of 34 full-time employees that all the way from manufacturing and marketing and admin, and then me as the janitor. So I'm here kind of cleaning all the messes up as they come along. And so I love entrepreneurship. I love sharing my story in hopes that it will inspire other folks to take that leap too.
Wonderful. I heard your story. We both were keynote speakers at an event last year, and that's how we met. And I just loved your story. And you were local to Houston, and I was like, I got to get in front of that guy. And you were gracious enough to give me some of your time, me and one of my clients, some of your time. And so I really, really thank you for that. Now, you're really one of the first product-based entrepreneurs that I have spoken to. And so how do you get something like a product out of your brain onto somebody's device? Like, how do you go through that? And I know you've got iterations of this as well. So you got one that doesn't have a kickstand. I'm actually demonstrating that for you now. I'm your Vanna here. And I love this. And it's magnetic and it sticks to the refrigerator. You've thought of it all. So, but how do you get something out of conception to reality?
Well, that's an excellent question. And it's going to be a different journey for everyone. And what I've found is that product development is not like entrepreneurship. It's not a one and done thing. It's a process that you will continue to go through. And the cool thing about it, like, we didn't start out saying, let's start a phone grip that has a kickstand and is also magnetic and swappable straps. We said, how do we create a product that adds value to this new smartphone craze that's going on? Because, you know, me and you, we've been around long enough to remember days without smartphones. And so to be able to see that, this surge in this pervasive device that now I think is going to define our generation, we said, well, that's a category that's exciting. That's a category that's going to be around for a while. How do we add value to that? And that's where we identified trying to build a bridge between that device and the human hand. And how do we do that in a seamless, comfortable, and the most simple way? It's really important to go with the most simple version, because otherwise you're leaving space in the market for a competitor to come in. So we developed the original grip, and then we started listening to our customers who said, I love this, but boy, if it had a kickstand. I love this, boy, but if it worked with my magnetic mount in my car. And I love this, boy, but wouldn't it be great if I could swap the straps out? And so we went back to the workshop and kept developing and kept trying. We have, I know for sure, 350 versions that did not work in the meantime. And so we were constantly retooling and retrying new plastics and designs. And so it was really exciting to get to see it finally work. And we really are living at the edge of what's possible with plastics and manufacturing. And the fact that we're able to do it all here in the US, it just makes me so proud.
I love it. I think you just taught me something. I can take my my strap off and change it with my clothes. Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, and the washing machine too. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I really need. You guys, now I love that, because so many entrepreneurs feel like it has to be perfect. at launch. So when we come back after this break, we're going to talk about that perfection mentality and how it can stop entrepreneurs. We'll be right back.
Drastic Results, yeah, with Toni Harris Taylor.
Realtors. Has the hot real estate market convinced your customers that they don't need to pay for your expertise? Anybody can sell a house these days, right? If you're frustrated defending your price as an expert realtor, I'm here for you. My name is Roberta Rabella with Rabella Coaching Group. I help you effectively communicate your value without begging or bragging or spending hours on social media. If you are ready to eliminate hustling for value while still helping your sellers and buyers meet their goals, all while still enjoying your life, schedule a discovery session here at robertarabella.com.
Are you a busy business owner that feels invisible and you are not making the money you deserve? My name is Toni Harris Taylor with Drastic Results Coaching. I'm a leading marketing and sales coach who teaches service-based entrepreneurs how to magnetically attract their ideal clients to make more money now. If you are ready to get drastic results in your business, contact Toni at 713-387-9273. Remember, take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow.
Drastic Results, yeah, with Toni Harris Taylor.
We're back. So before we went to break, Mike told us he had 350 versions that they went through before they got it right. One of the things I know is that perfection for entrepreneurs kills progress. Mike, would you agree with that? And how do you get past that perfectionist mentality?
Yes, you're exactly right, Toni. It's one of those things that we talked about process, right, in the previous segment. And entrepreneurship, successful entrepreneurship is definitely a process. And that process is mostly you getting knocked down onto your face, mostly you failing, mostly you running into obstacles that you don't know how to get over. But the magic happens when you push through those and you refuse to give up. You keep pushing and you keep trying to find a way to make your vision work. And if it doesn't work the way you originally thought, which probably it won't work exactly that way, that you pivot and you learn from those failures and those mistakes. So ultimately it comes down to your relationship with failure is actually going to define your level of success. And so many inventors, I've been speaking for many years at the Houston Inventors Association, and I meet so many inventors that have an idea, but they sit there and they wait until it's perfect to launch it. And that is a mistake, because ultimately time is your most valuable resource. They say if you weren't embarrassed by your first product launch, then you launched too late. When we launched the Pro the very first time, in fact, I was in such a hurry to get it out before Christmas time that our manufacturer actually used the wrong plastic. The entire batch went out to all our customers for Christmas and was super brittle. They would break. They didn't all break, but it wasn't up to our standards. Mm-hmm. And so we immediately reran everything and reshipped all the orders, thousands of orders, with a note for me personally and a video for me personally to own up to it. But I wouldn't have it any other way, because if I'd have just waited, who knows? I may be still sitting there saying, well, let's make it a little better. So right. It's just about persistence, really, at the end, Toni.
So, there are big brands out there that tell you every time they do an upgrade that the previous version was not perfect, right? So iPhone 1, iPhone 2, what are we on, 12 now? That's what they're telling you. So for those of you who are perfectionists, it is critical that you have to go with good enough at some point, because your audience will tell you how to come up with your next version. Everybody expects an upgrade, in fact. So you don't even want to come out with a perfect version, because you still got to figure out what's the next version from that. So thank you so much, Mike, for sharing that, because so many entrepreneurs never get to their 6 figures and beyond because they're still waiting. Don't wait, move forward. I promise you, you'll learn from that release and then you can go forward. So I have another question for you. Is entrepreneurship a smooth journey? Is it a perfect journey? Of course it's not. So what drastic steps have you had to take, Mike, in order to stay in business?
Well, we could talk for a long time about this one, but I'll tell you about some of the things that have helped me recently. Because, you know, as your company and your idea grows, you know, even early days, you need to know yourself. To me, that's the most important thing, is to be able to pull out a mirror and say, you know what, these are the things that God gifted me with. These are the things I'm good at. And these are the things that I struggle with. So the first thing you're going to need to do is find a way to shore up those weaknesses with someone who is strong in that respect, so that together, much like a marriage, you know, the sum is greater than the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. And then that continues on, because as you get to a point, human capital becomes the most important asset you have as you grow your company. And whether those people work for you or work as contractors or however you engage with other talent, eventually you will run out of hours in the day. Right. So that said, if your hours are limited, you need to be sure that you are efficient with the ones that you have. And so don't think you can redline it, you know, and just pedal to the metal the whole way through. Listen to your body. Like for me, I have a routine in the morning that I follow that is very strict and very important to me, to reset my mind and body and take care of me so that I'm prepared for success. Right. And actually, I've rolled in even naps in the afternoon, because that really helps me to reset and almost get a whole new day after that. But just listen to yourself. Knowing yourself is very, very important to success.
I love it. And it is drastic to do those things because you're grinding so hard. So thank you for sharing that. When we come back from break, here is the story you've all been waiting for. How did Mike get a deal with the shark, Daymond John? He took drastic steps to do it, and you don't want to miss this part. We'll be right back.
Drastic Results, yeah, with Toni Harris Taylor.
The most important thing that you have to share with your audience or your potential customer is your story. Other people have similar products, they may have similar services, but no one has your story. And when you share that story with clarity and confidence, that's going to lead to better connections, which leads to more conversions. My name is Star Babatune, and I help small business owners tell their stories for more connection and more conversion.
Whether you're looking to connect with customers, find new ones, or sell more of your awesome stuff, Constant Contact has powerful email marketing tools and more to help you do more business online. Power on with Constant Contact. Try it free today.
Drastic Results, yeah, with Toni Harris Taylor.
We're back. Now we want to hear this drastic step story. How in the world did Mike get a deal with Daymond John of Shark Tank without being on Shark Tank? So Mike, tell us the story.
Well, what a, you know, it's a great testimony to persistence that we've already covered here. You know, I think everyone probably watching your show loves Shark Tank. I think it's the manifestation of, I mean, it just puts entrepreneurship in the living room and families can watch it together. And when it came on, I was so convinced that it was my destiny, that I was supposed to walk out on the tank and pitch the sharks, do a deal with my great product that I had, and it was going to be fantastic. And that was my vision and my plan. And so we went and we auditioned for Shark Tank. It was year 2 of our company, and we were in Las Vegas at CES, and we went and auditioned in front of the producers, and they loved it. And we went around to the second round of interviews and created a videotape and sent that in. And then they sent us a rejection letter. I was just so crushed and was like, oh man, I just felt like that was going to work out for us. And so the next year came around, they had open auditions again. We did the same thing and made it through to the second round and again got a rejection letter. I was like, man, you know, I really want to do a deal. And I had Damon pegged as the one I wanted to do a deal with. He just seemed most approachable and I just connected with him. We both kind of came from nothing. So anyway, I was on, in the weeds, checking my website. And one day I see an order come across on my page from the Shark Group. Well, that sounded interesting because it sounded like Shark Tank. And I looked it up and that's Daymond John's company in New York City. They do consulting and also business strategy. And I was like, they're ordering my product. How cool is that? So I picked up the phone and I called the number on there. I was like, hey, can I talk to Damon? And they laughed at me and said, no, you can't talk to Damon. But I did build a relationship with the girl on the other end of the phone. I started sending more and more samples to her office. And then I started making custom ones for The Power of Broke. He just launched that book. And then when he came out with his next book, I was launching, doing that one too. And next thing you know, I'm just trying to find ways to add value, come up on his radar. And I kept just building out my network of people around him and make sure that they knew who I was and that they loved our product. And then all of that organically came to the point where one day the phone rings. Damon's on the other line calling saying, hey, I don't know how you did it, but everyone here loves you. Everyone uses your product and loves your product. And I hear that maybe we could work out a deal. Let's see what we can do. And so that's where it started. The cool thing about the deal that we worked out is that because it wasn't on the tank and structured in that way, now it's more of a friendship. It's a mentorship, and definitely for me. And it goes on today. In fact, right before I walked in the studio, we were in there having a meeting because he still does virtual keynotes during COVID and he sends out thank yous. And so we'll go in and make a bunch of custom ones for the company that he did it for, along with some Daymond John branded stuff and send it out with a personal note from him. I'm adding value to him that way. But you know what? Those people will come back and they'll order from me too. So it's just creating those win-win environments. I didn't show up to Damon and say, give me, give me, give me. And I see that so often when we're out to dinner, or we're walking around Vegas or whatever, people come up to us and say, hey, I have an idea. I want you to give me some money or give me some advice. And, they're always, don't do it that way. Go try to find somebody near them, get access to them, build a relationship, and then start dumping as much value their direction and wait until you do an ask until they've received sufficient value. So that's the way it worked out for me.
You have said a mouthful, because I'm a relationship girl, and that's what I preach constantly. And that's the thing I see that most entrepreneurs miss. You're so busy grinding that you don't understand that you have to create value, build a relationship, build a connection, send them referrals first before you can expect anything back. And yes, that takes time. And I get it. Y'all are operating on broke. You're trying to make your business go so you make some money today so you can sustain. I get it, but it is definitely a balance, and you need to know where it is. You have to invest in people first, and then that investment will come back to you tenfold. In case you didn't know, Mike Watts, I'm trying to invest in you and our relationship. And I really want to help you where I can, so I have a connection for you. So relationships matter, audience. Don't take that for granted. Give before you receive, and people will notice. And I admire Mr. John for taking notice and not just, taking your stuff and never reciprocating. I'm watching your journey and it's amazing. And if you didn't pick up on this, you can get custom branded love handles. In fact, I'm going to show you mine in the outro so you can see it. So Mike, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love that we got connected, and I see big things for us, and I'm just super excited. You're amazing. Your product is amazing, and all the best to you and your family.
Thank you so much, Toni. It's really been a pleasure. You just bring such positive and wonderful energy to everyone, not just to me, but I've seen it with your clients and I've seen it with anybody that you're around. And that's this, we need more of that. So thank you for sharing this with the world and giving a platform to hopefully inspire others to achieve their dreams.
Thank you. When we come back, I'm going to show you the custom love handle so that you can make them your own, and my final thoughts. Thanks, Mike.
Drastic Results, yeah, with Toni Harris Taylor.
As a small business owner, you know how difficult it is to handle legal issues on your own. And at hundreds of dollars an hour, hiring a law firm is oftentimes not an option. Legalshield small business legal plans help you resolve business legal matters more efficiently and affordably. For a small monthly fee, you will have direct access to a dedicated provider law firm. Whether you have 2 employees or 200, or run your business from your home, we provide customizable coverage options to meet the unique needs of your business. You will receive legal advice and research on business legal matters, phone consultations, document and contract review, as well as collection letter assistance. We also provide options for IRS audit protection and interstate services for out-of-state matters. Legalshield has small business plans available in 3 packages: Essentials, Plus, or Pro, as well as supplemental plan options. Plans start at just $49 a month. Receive the right level of legal assistance, tailored to the unique needs of your business so that you can focus on what you do best: running your business.
Drastic Results, yeah, with Toni Harris Taylor.
We're back. Wasn't that an awesome interview? He talked about how to get your inventions out. He talked about how not to be perfect, to get your vision out. And then he talked about how to give before you receive. I promised to show you the love handle. So here's the pro version with the pop out, and you can actually use it as a video stand, and it's magnetic. And then here is the custom version. In fact, it's got the 6-figure network on it. So don't forget to join the 6-figure network. But it is customized with my brand and logo here. So if you want to give a great promo gift to your prospects and your clients, check out LoveHandle.com. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget, caring is sharing, so don't forget to share, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And please support our sponsors. I'd love for you to reach out to my friend Marlon Johnson if you are in need of a financial plan, particularly if you have a teacher in your life, as well as if you're interested in financial services as a business. Go to meetwithmarlon.com. Also, if you are a real estate agent and you are in search of a new broker, the JLA family is amazing. So go to joinjla.com and check out what JLA and Mike Bush have to offer. I really appreciate your time. I appreciate your faithfulness of watching the show, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. This is Toni Harris Taylor saying, take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow. Bye.